Last time, on the lands that make us.
We might be wandering somewhere, particularly Kingfishery, and if they try to kill me, please stop them.
Considering how many traps they've set, I don't think they're just gonna let us in.
Eva mentioned that Rory claimed to be a bastard. A sent-off bastard running to Kingfishers. Now that would be something.
Yes, it did actually occur to me that I'm not wearing my full set of armor, and really my only protection is a shield.
I think that is the sound of a wet Perian bone cracker.
A what?
What is a wet Perian bone cracker?
Exactly what it sounds like.
There are blue crystallines on its underbelly, and it has many, many eyes on its front here. It looks like a huge crab combined with like a spider. It has two corpses. It's kind of hard to make them as corpses right away because they're all thinned out by the lack of water within their body, as all of them seem to have experienced some sort of mass dehydration.
So whomever set the trap for us, or you, might very well be dead.
How does one kill a bone crusher?
Excellent question, Mr. Ardavian.
Oh, I don't think that's what that is. That is something that has been changed by its time underground here in nearness to the crystals. It's probably quite fearsome, and I wouldn't put past it an ability to, I don't know, have strange arcane powers based on sort of the radiation it's absorbed.
Look, see? And she shows them the coin on the chain. More kingfishers. But all of them appear dead. Maybe there are some further in the cave.
You guys hear the loud footsteps as this creature scales the wall of the pit, having finished its meal and is seeking fresh corpses from the dehydrated folks beneath.
I have an idea. Sherrilyn
I'm
is
almost too scared to ask.
Sherrilyn is going to retrieve the half-melted head of Plato in the other room. I'm getting something to use as a distraction.
You find the door has shut behind you. The rock mechanism sealing back in place. There doesn't seem to be a lever or any means of egress on this side.
Damn it. Well, I was going to use your half-melted head as a distraction for the crab.
So that's nice of you. Do you have another torch on you? Didn't you say you had a bunch of torches? Why are you going to use my head?
I do have a bunch of torches. Are the crystals in here flammable?
I don't think so. It would be quite a way to discover it, though, wouldn't it?
Your lack of certainty disturbs me.
I'm not an underground scientist.
Thank you for correcting yourself.
I am sort of a scientist of the sluice, more of an engineer, honestly, but I don't deal with rocks, and I never excavated the lands that we had for the sluices. They were, of course, built by the warden.
You guys hear the crunching stop.
Oh. Maybe it's dead.
You hear the sounds of rock shifting very suddenly.
Sherrilyn slams her hand over Plato's mouth.
You hear no sounds of the creature coming from the other room here.
Slowly pulls her hand away.
Your hand tastes like ambergris. It's disgusting.
I think it hurt us. Let us go. The other way, quickly.
Inara will closely follow Sherrilyn.
Bring up Zaria, trying to sort of move my wiping Sherrilyn hand off my face.
Yeah, you guys are advancing along the lower path here?
Yes, she is still looking for traps. She's a bit more rushed than before because she has a hunch that the crab might have heard them plotting. So twice as fast as before, she is walking rapidly down this hallway while also scanning for traps.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Dirty 20.
Heck yeah. As you run forward looking for traps sweeping along the way, underneath this bridge here, in this 2-floor place, is a bunch of food storage. There is a large box of salt tack, as well as other supplies. There's a few gallons of what looks like fresh water, but trap free. It seems like more of a living area. But with that 20, you can feel deep underfoot some rumbling, as it seems to be beneath you now.
Oh, I don't like this at all.
She's going to grab onto Inara's arm. Run, quickly! It's below us!
Yeah, she immediately follows your command.
Walk without rhythm. Don't attract the crab.
It gets louder and louder. Sherrilyn, you can hear it directly underfoot as it seems to be tunneling directly up.
As we come to this food storage, are the crates and barrels large enough that we might hide behind them?
You could certainly try.
I think, is this creature like fast enough to keep pace with us easily that we can feel?
Sure sounds like it.
I think it's under us right now.
It definitely will be if you stop here. That's for sure. But it's underneath you right now.
And I was gonna point towards her left and be like, "What if we went in there?"
Is there a bridge above us? Is that what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought that was. Oh, we're not on the bridge. It's above us. Okay.
You have to go around to the way that you guys are on this
In that
lower level.
case, I think that Sherrilyn would keep running until we find like a ramp or a staircase up onto one of these wooden overhangs, so that they're above where this thing would come out.
I mean, you could certainly climb, but the only real ramp up is the first way that you went.
Okay, I'm going to offer Inara a leg up. Is it low enough that she could like stand on my shoulders maybe and climb up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Sherrilyn's gonna stop and crouch down, like putting one hand over the other. Go on, get up.
And I will put one foot into Sherrilyn's outstretched hands and do a quick, very spry jump.
As Sherrilyn tosses Inara up into the air, Plato uses Misty Step to appear on the bridge and grab her hand to pull her the rest of the way up.
Hell yeah, I love that. In this exact moment, Plato, as you appear on the bridge, Inara in your hand, the creature emerges from its tunneling with a massive eruption of rock, and it does not stop with its brute force as it smashes directly through the bridge and sends you both flying. The bridge cracks and sunders beneath. It doesn't send you flying off the bridge, it just repositions you as it smashes directly through the part of the bridge that it occupies, as all of its crab legs attempt to snap around Sherrilyn, having hunted her. Her legs still connected to the ground, having boosted Inara up. I need you all to roll me initiative.
Oh, this is not gonna end well.
You're welcome. Oh God.
19 for Inara. No, sorry, 18.
Can you guess what Sherrilyn rolled on her initiative?
A nat 1.
Very close. It was a 2.
Okay. Well, get it out of your system now, because we need you.
11.
So, now that it is on the level that we, or Plato and I previously were on, and we are still on top, how much higher are we?
So the top 5 feet of this creature, the like upper part of its shell, the ridges of its head,
right?
All of that are directly level with you all on the bridge.
With the ground. Okay.
Yeah, and it with the bridge, with the part of the bridge that it broke through,
sure.
Right? Like popping its head through. But it is not looking at you all, as its eyes and its whole body seems to be focused around Sherrilyn.
Okay, we need to distract it before it eats her.
Inara, what did you get on initiative? 18? Hell
18.
Yeah. Inara, that is you. You're up first. Plato, you're on deck. Inara, as you start your turn, the blue crystalline of this creature's underbelly is much, much brighter than it was previously. And as the lights glow, there is this almost smoky, like heat against hot pavement that overtakes them. And then there's a bright flash. And I need you to roll me a charisma saving throw.
What the hell is happening? Oh, nat 20.
Hell yeah. You save without any issue, kind of shaking it off, ready to take your action.
Could I feel what was about to take over me? No. No idea. course not. Why would it be that easy?
Were Inara and I shunted
Okay.
to different sides when the bridge got cracked?
Yeah.
Okay. As she stares at the top of this thing and realizes just how, I'm assuming its plate armor is really thick, like doesn't look that penetrable. So she panics a little bit, and then casts Ray of Sickness towards it.
Yeah, that's a spell. Hell yeah. Is that an attack roll or saving throw?
No, it's an attack roll.
Hell yeah.
So was a 15 on the die, plus 7, so 22 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Thank fuck. We're using a second level spell slot, so that's 3d8. Okay, 14 points of poison damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw from it.
It's going to be a 16 on the Constitution saving throw.
Fuck, that saves. Okay.
You see the poison seep into the small cracks, the part of its chitin armor that seems to be combined to the different rock plates here. You see as this ray of sickness spreads forth, it finds a seam between these as this monster folds its back to ready itself to attack Sherrilyn. As the poison seeps into its underbelly, it kind of goes completely rigid as it seems to let out some howls of pain in Sherrilyn's face as the poison burns through its underbelly.
Well, that seemed to work. I don't know how happy I am about that, though. She says as she backs away from it, worried that it's going to turn its attention on her. So that's my attack. She's not going to... Well... Okay, in a moment of rare bravery from Inara, she's actually going to step back a few feet into the cavernous space and call out, "This way, you ugly, scaly... thing." She has no idea what she's looking at right now.
Yeah, you're going to move away from it?
She backs 10 feet away from it.
As you back away from it, it is going to take an attack of opportunity. It is going to forgo its claw attack here and instead try to attempt a grapple. You can roll me a dexterity or a strength saving throw to contest the grapple.
How far away from me is Inara?
Up probably about 15 feet away when she starts moving. It's kind of hard to set a diagonal. I'd say 10 feet away.
Okay, she went for dexterity because she's not strong. You said a saving throw, right?
No, it'll be acrobatics check.
Okay. 13 on the die plus 2.
Pretty good.
15.
I got a 14. I got a 9 plus 5.
Thank God.
As you feel the loud snap of the claw right behind your foot as you're able to distract it for a moment and get it away, it will not have a reaction for the rest of its turn here as you take that 10 step back. Anything else in your go?
Other than paralyzing fear? No.
Plato, that's your go. Plato, as you start your turn, that same effect, the blue crystalline, it burns the same way as it draws your eye in, and you feel this weird stretching of your skin and body for just a second as you feel out of place. And I need a charisma saving throw.
All right. Okay, so that's only a 9 on the die. Let me see. I have a +6, though, which is still a 15.
Oh, that'll save. That's the DC. As you're able to shake this effect off as well.
Plato looks down at the creature, looks across the cracked bridge at Inara running away, and you see the spikes of energy radiating within his arm as he looks down at the creature, and sort of standing in silhouette over him. You see the light behind him in the crystal also shine through his eyes almost, in the silhouette of his body as he casts Tasha's Mind Whip.
Is that a saving throw?
Intelligence saving throw, please.
Oh no. All right, that's going to be 1d20 minus 1. That's going to be a 7 total. Is this the bullshit one where I only get 1 action a turn?
It's only for the next turn, but yes, it is that one. So it's going to take some psychic damage off the top. It cannot take reactions. And its next turn, it can only use movement action or bonus action, I believe. Give me 1 second to roll the psychic damage. It'll take 3d6 psychic damage. So that'll be a 6, a 3, and a 1. So that's 10 psychic damage.
Hell yeah.
And since it failed, it's underneath the rest of that spell's effects now.
Hell yeah. As it lets out a scream, connecting with it psychically, avoiding its very thick plating by connecting directly with its mind. Anything else on your go?
I think I'm gonna save my sorcery points because I'm not sure if we're gonna meet anyone else further in here until maybe a little bit later. So I'm not gonna quicken anything yet. It can't take reactions right now, though, so I think I will also be stepping a little bit further back from it, similar to what Inara did. Unfortunately, though, I am nowhere near as valiant, as I will not be shouting this way. I just sort of skulk and press myself against the inside of the tunnel so that I can get a more advantageous angle on it.
All right, Plato, at the end of your turn, that brings us to this hulking creature. Sherrilyn, I have some unfortunate news for you. It was going to spread its attacks out, and it was going to move. But you're now the only target in range, and it can't move. So it's going to attack you 3 times here.
Whoops.
As it's going to attempt to take its pincers on either side of your body and physically pull you apart as it tries to bite your head off, all in one smooth motion here, as it's going to do 3 separate attacks.
Well, this isn't the first time this has happened.
What kind of existence have you led until now that this is not the first time you've been in this situation?
All right, it's going to be a 15 and a 22 for each of the claws they snap on your left and right.
Yes, well, my AC is currently 12, so yes, those will hit.
You will watch as the claws lock into Sherrilyn's side. She is going to take 22 points of slashing damage as you watch rips and tears form within her shoulder here as it tries to bite down with its massive mandibles. That's going to be 26 to hit. As you watch as Sherrilyn's head disappears for a moment as the mandibles lock in, attempting to decapitate you here. That is going to do 18 points of slashing damage.
Oh.
Sherrilyn lets out a very loud cry as her head is engulfed. It's muffled by the inside of the crab creature, but when it pulls away, you see that her head is still intact, the whole of it, and the neck below all bloody, as she remains conscious with 2 hit points remaining.
Oh.
Well, I guess if it's any consolation, I think 2 of those would have gotten through whether you had the armor on or not. I think the 22 and the 26.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Not.
Yep. Even if I was fully armored up and I shield of faith myself, yeah, no, that's still, my head still would have been engulfed there.
That brings us to the end of its turn, as the Tasha's Mind Whip keeps it from doing anything else. But Sherrilyn, at the start of your turn, as its head, it looks disappointed almost that your head isn't still in its mouth as it pulls back off of you. Its eyes connect deeply with you as these blue crystallines spark throughout its whole body. You see, as its mouth is open now, the interior veins of this thing seem to have that blue crystal flowing through its blood. Like bits and fragments of it, as you see it kind of cough out some of the blood from the poison. It seems tinged with this etheric crystal throughout it, as you see its entire being interior is lit the same way. That brings us to you, and at the start of your turn, I need a charisma saving throw.
Let's see if being a smooth talker saves me here. I'm going to use inspiration on that because I naturally rolled a 2. I'm also going to use a different dice.
It's too many 2s.
Okay, natural 20 plus 6.
No problem whatsoever. You focus in, you close your eyes for a second, you brace. It is your turn, and you have full control of your facilities. What would you like to do?
Yes, being at 2 hit points does change things. She was going to Shield of Faith herself, but I actually think that now she's assuming that's not going to be very helpful for her. But she can't disengage safely either. I have Lay on Hands, but I've already used 8 points of 25 on that. But that's all I have, really. I even checked that bead that I got. from our the suspicious cleric of the lost that is not Francis, the one we met at the bar, and that would help with conditions, but not me getting my ass kicked. So that's not an option here in this circumstance.
Hey, Watcher's Will gives everyone advantage on Christmas saving throws. That's pretty good.
It does. I do also have another Sacred Oath feature that I am considering, and it's because I have a feeling this creature isn't actually just a beast. Because if it was just a beast, it wouldn't look the way it looks.
That's a safe bet, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's kind of unavoidable that I'm not going to be a floor tank here. So I think instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a 2nd level spell slot to bonus action Shining Smite on my weapon. So, you know, her eyes blurred from all of the blood pouring down her face, still in front of this creature between its claws. She sees its mouth open and the crystals on the inside. And she's going to go for a prod of the sword directly up into its mouth.
Hell yeah. You're not flanking, so this is just going to be a straight roll. Oh, cool fun fact about this spell. You actually don't have to use it until you hit. So if you don't hit, it won't burn the spell slot. I've learned.
Great. Okay, first one is only an 11 to hit.
Unfortunately, will not hit.
The second one is going to be a 18 to hit.
18 does hit as your first attack against this creature locks into its heavy plates as it kind of shifts abruptly. But the second one, you're able to find a soft point in its underbelly as you connect.
This is going to be adding 2d6 radiant damage to my attack. So I'm going to roll the normal attack first. Okay, so it's going to be 7 piercing, and then 9 radiant damage until the spell ends. It's a 1-minute concentration spell. Until the spell ends, the target sheds a bright light in a 5-foot radius. Attack rolls will have advantage, and it cannot benefit from the invisible condition. Not that I think it would go invisible. I feel like that's counterintuitive to the nature of the beast, but...
Hell yeah. As you stab a hole through its interior, this great bright blue light that it seems to be made of on the inside leaks forward with your divine light, and the entire creature is lit up. All attacks against it will have advantage. Any bonus action?
Casting the spell was the bonus action.
Well, hell yeah. And then, I forgot. Yep. Any movement?
No, she's going to raise her shield with all of the strength left in her body and stand firm. She doesn't want to move away and potentially leave the crab to face Inara instead. She doesn't want the same thing to happen to Inara. She thinks Inara would be torn to shreds if that happened to her.
I mean, you're not wrong, but at least Inara's got her HP right now.
Here, because I am the tank.
When you're in your armor, sure, yes.
I couldn't wear my arm. This is neither here nor there.
Inara, that's your go. At the start of your turn, you cannot see where you currently stand on the upper level here, and with its body positioned over Sherrilyn, the crystalline underbelly, you cannot see the part of it that seemed to have this magic hold on you, and you do not have to make a Christmas saving throw at the start of your turn. What would you like to do?
That's nice. I mean, I'm assuming neither of you can see Inara right now because of her position at the other end of what was once a bridge.
Only about 5 feet of the creature pokes through the bridge. Plato can see over it and has good line of sight on you.
So she had actually taken out her dagger of venom, thinking that she could jump on its back and stab it to get it off Sherrilyn. But seeing the attack that it took out on Sherrilyn, she's now too terrified to follow through with that. So instead, she's gonna hold out her hand and shakily cast Firebolt against this creature. Yeah, I feel like in a situation like this, especially without Francis, she's a little paralyzed by fear, so she's not thinking that straight.
Hell yeah, roll to hit with that Firebolt.
Okay, 15 on the die, plus 6 to hit, 21.
definitely hits. And you have advantage. Roll for a crit because of Sherrilyn's Shining Smite.
Oh, well, that was a 16, so 22. So still a hit. 2d10. 13 points of fire damage.
Hell yeah, it seems like all of that does connect as it burns through. In fact, as it burns through, you see this creature is bloodied as the cracks begin to show. It doesn't look like there's that much meat inside of this thing as you guys are carving it apart, as this fire burns it. More and more of it is just this outer shell as its life force seems to be depleted from within, as it looks hurt now from this flurry of attacks.
More husk than I was expecting. Oh... Bonus action. Yeah, Sherrilyn's definitely within range, so she's going to quickly cast Healing Word on Sherrilyn. Bolt sparks fly from her hand and sort of encase Sherrilyn in Inara's magic.
Fuck yeah. Roll for healing.
It's not much, but it's what I can do. Nice, 4 on the die, plus my modifier, which is 3. So you regain 7 hit points. Almost at double digits.
Fuck yeah.
Almost.
All right, Plato, that brings us to you.
All right, Zen. Come on. It's just a big, scary crystalline bug. And he moves back out onto the bridge to look at it. Well, not look at it. He moves back out onto the bridge.
As you gain line of sight of it, I need you to roll me a charisma saving throw.
It's a 19 on the die.
It definitely saves.
So I will step up. I will use my bonus action to quicken 2 Eldritch Blasts into it. I have advantage on those, right?
Hell yeah. Yep, every attack against it has advantage because of Shining Smite.
First one's a 9, which doesn't hit, but advantage. 13 plus 6, 19.
That definitely hits. Roll me that second blast at advantage.
16 and an 18 for the second one with advantage. Do either of those hit?
The 18 will hit, yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's 2d10 worth of damage.
Hell yeah. That's a bonus action. That's so rad.
I mean, I had to use the 2 sorcery points to do it, but it's bloodied. I want to get rid of this thing quicker rather than slower. That's a 5 and a 7, which is what, 12?
12 damage? Hell yeah. What does this look like as the blasts connect with this creature?
The blast he's gotten a little bit better at. So he steps forward onto the bridge and he says, "That power misuses you," and shoots out from his arm the 2 sort of blasts that seem to ripple with that same crystalline energy. And then as the 2 sort of blasts hit him, and you sort of see like stick for a second in this semi-luminous way, outlined blue against the separate colored luminosity of the shining smite that's upon it. Those crystals seem to like radiate a darkness as they begin to whisper. As for his action, Plato tries to cast dissonant whispers on this creature.
Ooh, I hate the spell. Okay, that is a wisdom saving throw, I ask, for dissonant whispers.
Yeah, it's a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, no bonus here for him. He's just averagely wise. It's going to be a 17 on the die.
So that will unfortunately pass. So it won't get frightened or have to move away from me, but it'll at least take half of 3d6. For 10 more points of psychic damage.
Oh, wait, is that half to 5?
Yeah, sorry, half to 5.
Good shit. All right, Plato, anything else in your go?
I mean, I hate to keep getting further and further away, but most of my spells, because of my spell sniper shit, work at a pretty significant distance. I'm gonna just tuck around this corner for now.
Yeah, Plato, as you tuck around that corner and head towards, you see a massive living space. There's filled with cots. There is a table with a map of Perian laid out. Around it sits a good group of 6 men, all playing cards, just as you glance towards them. each of them to a man dead in the chair, but they're all positioned as if they're actively still playing cards, as your eyes just get past them real quick as you turn in that direction to run, as you focus back on the fight. That brings us to this large crab monstrosity's turn, who is going to begin its turn by trying to finish off its easy prey in front of it, as it is going to take 2 claw attacks to start against Sherrilyn. First attack's going to be a nat 1, as it is kind of cornered within this space. As it raises its claw, it gets caught up in the top of this bridge, as it uses the rest of its turn to rest of this attack motion here to bring down the part of the bridge on the left, slamming it to the ground, completely missing its first attack. That brings us to its second claw attack, which will be a 19.
Yep, that'll connect. Let's see if this smashes through the health that I just got from Inara, and if I'll have to roll a concentration or not.
It's going to be 7 points of slashing damage.
Which is exactly what Inara gave me last turn, so I am still standing at 2 hit points. I will roll concentration right now for the Shining Smite. Okay, it's a 14 plus 1 for 15.
Yeah, that definitely maintains concentration. Frustrated as its eyes glance with panic over towards Plato and Inara, it's going to attempt to bite at your midsection here, using its final attack of its attack action to attempt to close its mandibles around you. It's going to be a 23 to hit.
Damn, I was so excited.
That was so mean, yeah.
It's going to be 11 points of piercing damage.
Sherrilyn looks down, and there's a gap in her midsection where her body should be and is not, and she clutches her stomach as she bends over and falls to the floor, unconscious.
At the end of its attack action, you watch as its back claw legs begin to dig through the earth as it burrows, and you all lose sight of it. You're staying in initiative as it is still very much underneath foot, digging a massive gaping hole leaving behind as it digs straight underneath into the earth.
Do I fall in the hole?
No, it digs to the side here, like into the rock base in the wall.
Excellent.
Yeah. Sherrilyn, that brings us to you. I need a death saving throw.
Okie dokie. 1 failure.
Inara, that's your go. The creature no longer within view. You do not need to make me a Christmas saving throw, as it seems to have tunneled away, but you can hear it underfoot, the rock shaking. You can hear it loudly underfoot, as it seems to be heading directly your way.
Oh, I can't sense the direction it's moving in.
It buried into the rock base right underneath you.
Okay. Well, considering that she saw the tunnel right under her, I am not in a good position, so Inara, freaking out, is going to run towards the edge of the broken bridge and actually jump back down to where Sherrilyn's body is lying.
Hell yeah. You can always use an action to feed a potion, too, if you have a potion.
I was just thinking that, but the only potions I have... Hold on, let me double check that. I know I have a potion of resilience. That's not going to do much for you right now. Fire resistance, nope. Longevity. Oh no, I do have a potion of healing.
I love to visualize that as you going through your pack, because that's literally what it was. I mean, like pulling this shit out of your pack. Fire resistance, no.
Yeah, she lies down next, or crouches down next to Sherrilyn, is pawing through her bag, takes out first a couple of horseshoes, because that was the last thing that she'd been fucking with. And she's like, nope, not this one.
Clang.
Trying to also keep an ear out for the digging, but not able to focus, I guess, or concentrate on that, until she goes, aha! And pulls out a potion of healing and pours it down Sherrilyn's throat. 2d4. Okay, it's for 8 HP.
See, I told you I was an excellent protector.
You got sawed in half. I still do appreciate all your efforts, but we have to get the fuck out of here. She's trying to pull you up to your feet and help support you. I'm assuming you're a little shaky still.
Has anyone seen my abdomen?
Most of it is still within you. The rest we can magically make up.
As the potion like drips down in and just starts.
She's going to sort of pull/lead you towards the end of the bridge that Plato is up, but then she's going to stop and look at you and look up and be like, I am not strong enough to hoist her up there.
I would say this is a rare occurrence of vulnerability from Sherrilyn, but I think that you could probably see her looking for Plato's help here with her eyes. It's like a silent pleading.
Yeah, once we get to the edge of that bridge on that side, Inara pulls out a rope from her bag, ties it beneath your arms.
That'll be an object interaction, and you did use your action to feed her the potion this turn. But you do still have a bonus action and 10 feet of movement left.
Can I use my bonus action to throw the rope up to Plato?
Yeah, I'll allow that if you use your remaining 10 feet of movement as well.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You take out the rope, throw it up to Plato. Plato, that brings us to your turn.
So a rope appears here, which was not really what I was planning on doing anything with. Can I like stomp on it to try and hold it? I'm very weak.
Yeah, easily done.
Excellent. So for my action, what I wanted to try and do was hold a twinned Eldritch Blast for if this thing breaks the surface.
Unfortunately, Eldritch Blast is not twinnable after level 5 because within the spell, it dictates 2 targets.
Let me double check something.
It is twin spellable up to level 5, though, for everyone out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think literally like everything else I need requires line of sight.
Can always hold it.
In terms of other stuff. Yeah, even then, I think Dissonant Whispers would be the only one that would go. So I think I will still just hold an Eldritch Blast as I like sort of trying to focus on keeping the rope in hand for whatever for Inara's sort of plan to climb up here or tie it around Sherrilyn or whatever it is she's planning on doing. Just sort of keeping an oversight. I'm holding my hand out like, come on, get her tied up. And I'll hold an Eldritch Blast for if it breaches.
Sounds good. Is that the end of your go?
I think so. I'm not going to move away from here until we're up, and I don't have any healing or bonus actions except for trying to psychically mock the creature underground. So I think that'll be my turn.
Immediately at the end of your turn, this creature emerges with erupting earth using its tremor sense to track Inara across the ground here and emerges directly behind her as it does that same motion trying to lock her into its claws and bite her head off. It immediately triggers your Eldritch Blast. Go ahead and roll both of those to hit.
Excellent. Is the smite the concentration? Oh no, you're unconscious now, right?
Unfortunately, yeah, it is ended.
So sure. So no.
Yeah,
okay.
It's. I'm not unconscious, but I was unconscious.
Right.
So it's no longer on. Yeah.
Okay. First one's a 17 on the dice. And the second one's a nat 20.
Oh shit! Oh, this is gonna be so close.
So 17 plus 6 and a nat 20. Both of those hit. Yes.
Yes. Oh wait,
so,
17. Yeah, absolutely.
So let me roll the damage for the first one, which is not a crit.
You can roll both of them if you want to roll the 2d10.
Well, the crit only applies to the second one, right? The second.
Yeah, but it's 1d10. Yeah. So it's 2d10 plus 10.
So the first one on the first strike, which was not a crit, was 8 points of force damage. And then it's going to be 10 plus whatever I roll again on the dice, right?
Yeah.
15.
As it emerges, its eyes bursting forth, Plato, as you ready your attack, your bolts fly with precision, and they just push, like not to get too body horror with it, but the bolts with their incredible force push the creature's face and eyes inward into its own shell. As it looks incredibly hurt. Its eyes kind of completely gone now as they've all been smushed together into this creature. Its insides all tumbled up. its life force draining as it barely has any fight left in it whatsoever. As it is going to... That was a held action. It's still mid-attack, so it's going to follow through with these
Took
3
my
attacks.
best shot.
It is so unbelievably hurt. It's going to make all 3 attacks against Inara.
Sherrilyn is back up. Yes? No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Sherrilyn's back up with the healing potion. All right, that's going to be a 17 plus 8.
Interception.
Oh, are you kidding? You're intercepting? Oh, that's the sweetest thing ever. What does this look like?
Just as she's done before in their fights with more humanoid-like enemies, Sherrilyn finds the strength to raise her shield to deflect the attack as it comes towards Inara.
Hell yeah. And remind me, does this damage go to you if it hits?
What happens is I can use my reaction to reduce the damage the target takes by 1d10 plus my proficiency bonus.
Oh, hell yeah. It rolled a 1 on the damage die there, so that's only going to be... It would only be 6 points of slashing damage total.
6 plus 3, you take no damage from that.
Sherrilyn, prone, on the ground, raises her shield to block this first claw attack, does so perfectly as the claw hits the center of the shield, leaving just a small indent right in the middle. Insane. Take inspiration. That's crazy. As it readies its other claw, trying to wrap it around your midsection here. That's going to be a 22 to hit.
Silvery bobs.
Yep.
I love this party.
Well, that's in that 20. Silvery barbs, you take the lower, though.
You take the lower, yeah. I tried.
So it will just be a 22.
I'll still give
to another person,
the advantage to Inara. I throw it back to her.
Hell yeah. Inara, it's going to be 11 points of slashing damage across your back as the claws snip into your skin, unable to connect in the middle. As your thicker fur is able to keep them from connecting. You're just going to take that 11 points of damage as it tries to bite in through your shoulder. It's going to make an attack with its mandibles. That's going to be a dirty 20.
Yeah, that hits.
That is going to be a total of 16 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
Okay. Well, those 2 attacks reduce her HP down to 11, but it's still double digits, so can't complain.
You ladies have so much health. I'd be dead.
So here's what's going to happen now. Plato, with your Eldritch Blast, you've hurt it greatly. As it sees in front of it, Sherrilyn is back alive as it blocks. It thought it had downed this prey, moving on to its second target, with both of these women standing. Sherrilyn less so. She is still prone. This creature is going to turn and begin burrowing directly below. Sherrilyn, with...
Can I make an opportunity attack when it does that?
Inara, yes. As it burrows away, you can take an attack of opportunity. You have your Dagger of Envenom at the ready.
Yeah, she's going to use that, having seen how poison was pretty effective against this thing. And with it being turned away from her, she runs up and buries the dagger in like a crack between the plates, trying to find a vulnerable spot, I guess, with all the damage this thing has taken.
Everyone hold the nat 20 in your mind.
19 plus 6, 24.
I didn't hold it hard enough.
Inara,
25.
Inara, this creature only has 2 hit points remaining. No matter what you roll on the damage die, it's more than enough to kill it. How do you do this?
In a scream of rage and pain, she's not used to being attacked by things this big. She rushes this retreating creature and buries the dagger in between its armor plate, I guess, whatever you want to call it. And you see this black poison that was covering the blade sort of seep into its bright bluish blood and seem to dim it as it lets out a scream of pain and sort of collapses in on itself.
The insides of this creature turn into this like blue translucent like jelly and begin pretty quickly leaking from within the carapace out of the front of it. As it goes lifeless, dimmed by your attack, you're out of combat.
Inara is standing over the corpse of this thing. Her chest is heaving from the effort that she just went through, And she'll turn to Plato and Sherrilyn, and then looking directly at Plato, she goes, I find myself much less interested by your etheric mucus after this experience.
What? He sort of scrambles down from the higher place that he was on. Don't like to deal with big crystalline bugs? And he like kicks the carapace a little, but it shifts and he flinches because it scares him.
That actually draws a smile out of Inara's face, and she goes, and I thought what we had out in the desert was bad, but oh my god.
Sherrilyn laying on the ground, you hear the pop of her uncorking a potion as she just kicks back her potion of healing while laying on the ground.
I'm really proud of the three of us for dealing with this without Francis. Like,
I was thinking how if it with the 3 attacks, it would be interception fighter, silvery barbs, and if Francis could use his warding flare to help other people, it would be 1, 2, 3. And Inara would never have to take an attack.
right.
Hey, next level 6, he gets that.
That's what I'm
Other
saying.
people.
No one touches the
yeah.
kitty.
Sherrilyn, it's so funny because like it isn't your fault. Obviously, like your role is the tank, but it was very funny to watch both of your teammates create a situation
Split.
where the only thing the monster could possibly do is attack you.
I mean, to be fair, I did also want them both out of the way.
Yeah.
You know, because I was
But
trying
I would
to be
have been
noble.
dead twice.
Tasha's mind whip and the split made it so like literally the only option, like the if then statements of the monster, the only thing it could do is attack you, and that is because of your teammates, and I think that is so funny.
Well,
It's just a
yeah.
bad habit we've developed, apparently.
It is bad.
Yeah, I mean it probably would have
Take
killed
her
one
for
of the other two.
granted.
Yeah. And I
gotta
would
get
say
that
this
armor back
damage
on
was
her.
still pretty dramatic considering our cleric wasn't around.
Mhm.
So
It's all pretty high stakes here.
high octane stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, no, because like if both Inara and Sherrilyn were down and Plato had no potions, he would just have to like look back and forth panically between you with 0 health points after he was able to stabilize you, like pulling you both out of the dungeon or something. Like it would take so long. It would be a whole arc. Like we wouldn't
You have a rope at least, but yeah.
roll another athletics check, Plato. You're almost over the
so-
Kingfisher crest. Well, if we are, did we want to take a rest? Since some of us, not me exactly, but others are quite hurt. I would love to look around and try and figure out what happened here. Why is everyone so dry? I am off-put by the overwhelming dryness.
Sherrilyn is laying on the ground with a empty bottle from the potion of healing that she chugged next to her, with a hand that's gently touching the closing wounds that are around her neck. She feels like her body was pulled, like drawn and quartered, like pulled in every direction. She feels a particular soreness around her throat, as she had literally stared her death in the face as this creature had put its head, or her head, into its mouth. And she, for a moment, truly thought that she would die. She feels an agony inside of her muscles as she very hesitantly, with a lot of care for herself, begins rising to her feet, swaying a little.
I think Inara would have been watching closely after giving you the potion to make sure you were healing. Are you giving off signs of the amount of pain you're in?
When the wounds on your throat close, do they close over the scar that remains there from when the shadow slit your throat?
I think that the wounds haven't fully closed entirely. Like mathematically, she's still very, very low hit points, even after all of that. So when her fingers come away from her neck, you still see there's a bit of tackiness there, as the wounds are still partly open and healing. They are indeed like partially over the scar that she already had on her neck from the injury before. You can definitely tell she has a bit more of like a hunched posture than she typically does. Her stance is a little wide so that she could keep herself upright.
Seeing you struggle to maintain balance a little bit, knowing what a confident stance you usually take, Inara instinctively like ducks under one of your arms to act as a support. Forgetting for a moment that she is also under a third of her HP, so as soon as you put a little weight on her, she buckles for a second, but I want to say she holds, but she flounders for just a millisecond, where it feels like both of you may have gone down. And then she bolsters herself up and leads you towards those like cot areas. Do we have access to those, or did we fall through?
The structure has collapsed here, but you can easily jump up and climb on the side of the rockway here, spacing yourself out, and climb up. But there's no easy entrance there. You kind of have to walk around if you weren't looking to climb.
She'll look towards Sherrilyn and back to towards the incline, I guess, and the jump she'd have to make, and she'll ask you, do you think you can make this?
No. It's all right. I would say I've been through worse, but I think that this might top everything else.
I promise I will never put you in a dress again. She feels a bit guilty about the state you're in, thinking part of it is on her.
To be fair, this is not a dress. This is my trousers.
She has a really gentle smile, like appreciating that you have your sense of humor back. But she goes, regardless, I will never urge you to take off your armor again. It seems not even the cities are safe anymore.
On that note, I'm not sure that continuing is the best idea, Mr. Ardavian. I did come in volunteering to be your punching bag, but I didn't mean it so literally.
Well, why don't the two of you just take a short rest over here in this sheltered area? I will look around, and if this is the end of it, if this is what happened to the Kingfishers, then, we can turn back. But if I can find signs of whatever caused this, I would like to pursue further.
Inara will hold out like one of her just regular daggers from her alchemist supplies, and she'll be like, if you're exploring, would you bring me back some samples of the big spider crab?
Plato flicks his wrist up, and then he has his own sort of dagger. It's longer and straighter. It looks more like a razor's edge. And he's like, of course I have my own. You know what? I don't want to get guts on it. And he grabs yours and takes it. Says, yes, do you have any of those the glass
specimen jars? Of course. And she'll hand over 3.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll see what I can get.
Yeah, the more unexpected the specimen, the better.
Terrifying.
And she'll twirl around and slumped a little bit will walk towards one of the cots. She's definitely not used to taking the damage head on, so this is an uncomfortable new feeling for her. So my reading of this is there's only really one room that has some surfaces to lay on, which is up there.
Yeah.
So she would head towards the one northeast.
Yeah, you guys. So
you're up
climbing
the bridge.
You're climbing up the destroyed bridge. Absolutely.
Yes, and then turning around to give Sherrilyn a hand, being very cautious not to pull on the.
Sherrilyn, go ahead and roll me an athletics check at advantage. Inara, I do not need that from you due to your. It's not Tabaxi, that's Skyrim.
Feline agility. It's Tabaxi.
It's Tabaxi?
It is?
It's
yes?
Khajiit in Skyrim.
I was trying so hard not to say Khajiit, but I thought I said Khajiit. Yeah, due to your Tabaxi influences. All right.
Oh, okay. Well, advantage wasn't necessary because I rolled a natural 20 plus 2 for 22. All right.
As you're scaling the wall, the healing potion's kicking more in and in as you feel your body's joints begin to reconnect, and you get a really good stretch from this. I'll even let you heal 2 more points of healing from how good you climbed this. As you loosen the connections that were tight from the previous battle.
You hear a very loud crack as like something slides back into where it was supposed to be. Oh, careful. Easy. Easy does it. Yes. Thank you.
Goodness, I heard that from over here.
Yeah, so again, you find this draped room with a very comfortable looking cot. This looks like a captain's quarters as you take it in, as you walk in there, Sherrilyn and Inara, with one large queen bed. There are 3 large diagrams or blueprints spread out across the table, as well as a set of keys, a ring of about 8 to 9 keys set in the center of the table. The blueprints are labeled, if you care to look.
Well, this wasn't how I pictured us laying together for the first time. Oh. What are these?
She looks towards where you're indicating. She'll definitely start rolling out the blueprints. What are they labeled as?
Yeah, so they're already kind of rolled out, but as you move it and adjust it, like spin it around to look at the label at the top of it, you do see that they're on top of an open notebook as well. That's currently open beneath it. The first blueprint that you turn over is the Mage Tower. It is the Mage Tower of Netter's Rally, the building that you were in recently, fully diagrammed with every entrance and exit marked. It also has a lot of a tunnel system that seems to be coming directly out of the bottom of the Mage Tower.
Okay. Plato's going to want to see this.
Are there handwritten notes on it? Is that what the notated entrance and exits are? Like someone was planning their way in and out.
Yeah, for sure.
So pull out the notebook underneath. What did that say?
Oh, yeah?
Like entries?
Quickly look it over?
Yeah, she'll skim through it.
So the one that it's on, the page that's currently open, it says left lift and then 12:45, entered wayfands 1 p.m. And that's all that's written on the currently open page.
She'll flip through. Are they all like similar? Like someone's movements, entry points, or stops, or stuff like that, times of day?
In fact, depending on how long, this appears that they've been trailing us. Does it date back to when we were at the theater?
You go to the first entry?
Yeah.
Yes.
Plato Ardavian spotted entering the city by agent within city guard. Arrived via raftway. There is a very, very detailed tracking of your movements. Every step you took within the city.
But only within the city walls.
And what did they say about our near arson? She takes the notebook from Inara and she flips through to see what they said about when we were at Rourke's house.
Entered private residence at top. Discussed with owner at base of tree. No event of note.
No event of note? Well, I resent this.
Sure. Okay, yeah, let's make this personal. Yes, why not? She says as she starts to flip through the documents more.
Yeah, the second blueprint that you flip over and observe is the Grand Vault of Netter's Rally. This one's just a little more aged, and it details so extensively every foot of this space. You see specifically 3 relics, the only ones that are marked by name on this massive blueprint that is, again, just marked up completely. The diagram itself is beautiful penmanship. It's very, very detailed. And in small notes, it has details about guard placements, visions of different wards and spells. But only these 3 relics are identified, which were the Scepter of the Warden, the Cask of Great Need, and for the Ethered Stopwatch.
Well, I think we may have answered more than one question at once.
She'll look over to you with her eyebrows raised. Really? Because I feel like we've raised more.
No, when we were in the Mage Tower, they were talking about artifacts that were missing. But more concerning is that someone has seen these notes and written them down, which means they're probably plotting to break in again? Or break into the Mage Tower now. Eva could be in danger.
My head hurts. She'll turn around, head back to like the mouth of this
There's
room.
a third blueprint. Do you look at that before you do that, or do you leave that one?
Oh, no, yeah, she was gonna go yell for Plato.
Plato, let's cut to you real quick as we in real time see what's going on with you. So are you headed the opposite direction?
Yes. After they sort of climb up, instead of climbing, I'm gonna circle back around, sort of up where we originally saw it, and just do a quick survey of the space and corpses on that western side of the sort of bunker.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll me a perception or investigation check as you walk through the space here.
Which is higher? Probably investigation. Yeah, I have a +5 to investigation. Ooh, 19 + 5.
Hell yeah. You see as you walk in the space, firstly, that there is a table further up within this cove here that has 3 potions on it, 2 of them gleaming red, 1 of them a dark effervescent green. As you kind of swipe your eyes that way, do you take any of those?
Sure. If there are potions there, they look like health potions. I have 2 hurt friends in the other room. I will gather them up. And I'm sure Inara can tell me whatever this third one is that looks like unpleasant pine goo. Or does it look like pleasant pine goo?
We've had so much goo. That's bad.
And then the majority of this room is dominated with this large fighting pit that you see. It's kind of hard to get an angle on unless you approach the side of, but there's definitely a lot of corpses no matter which way you look at.
Yeah, I was looking for corpses. I know it seemed like the thing was sort of down and around in that area, and now that it's vacated it, I will take a look. Especially if there's not much else.
Carrying over your investigation check, you can see that the corpses they didn't die here. That beast was stacking them up in the pit and has done so. You see broken spears and bows down the whole line, but gleaming along it is this golden yew longbow that sits towards the bottom of the pile. And you know inherently here, it must be magic, or else that thing would have been crushed by the weight of the many men on top of it. As your eyes sweep over, you see there's like obviously fighting pit and standards for both sides here for one-on-one melee, but towards the back of the room here, on the close quarters combat, thank you. Further towards the back, there is an archery range, and as you kind of lean over the pit, gaining this perspective, you do see you can't make out the figures at this distance, but there are definitely 4 well-worn dummies made of that same wax white material, but they're pretty heavily armored with armor and sigil on it. Only the visor's up with the face visible. You can't really see it at this distance without approaching further, even carrying over that crit roll.
So you said the dummies are armored. Are the other desiccated corpse around here armored? Or, like, if I was looking for armor that Sherrilyn could use?
Yeah, so the dummies are armored in that same wax substance, right? Like, they're just carved to look like they have armor on. There are definitely a lot of the armor here is kind of roughshod, maybe even intentionally to kind of mimic the farmer rebellion. Because you think that there's probably enough money around the city to afford better equipment, but there is one guy who's wearing a set of chainmail, pretty old and ragged, and it's tight on his form. It's the best looking armor that you see. There's definitely some leather scrap armor that you could put together here if you dropped into the pit.
Definitely want at least to maybe try and get that bow if I can tell that it's magical. So I will try. Is there the pit seems to be spiked around the edges? Is there a safe space? I mean, I'm guessing other people drop down there to practice, so I'm guessing I can find a way down.
Yeah, there's a rope, like a rope ladder that's connected further south, but it's not that much of a drop, and there is a clearing of the spike near this barrel over here.
Well, I suppose the worst comes to worst. I can always misty step my way out, so I will drop down where I find the first open area.
Absolutely. That would be kind of off the bridge here. Is that okay?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay, perfect. Right behind you now, Plato, are those wax figures. They're a little bit shorter than you. You just kind of note behind your back as you look forward towards the bow.
Well, I mean, I suppose I glance at them. If I had seen from beyond that there was something I could not see past the visor. I will look now as I am closer before I grab the bow.
All of them are identical. Before, every figure was carved uniquely to represent one person, and the same is true here. As your eyes glance, you recognize the sigil on the armor immediately. You traveled with one of them into the city, which was a friend. This is somebody wearing the armor of a friend. And as your eyes glance up, you recognize this person immediately. They're older than the last time you saw them. But this is Waldo Zenoff. Scarred across the face, older, their eyes meeting yours in wax form.
I look at the armor and then at the face. And I say, is the fox using you too? And do I have any fire magic? So crazy. I just absolutely don't.
In this moment, you hear in Inara's voice, just loudly across the cavern,
Hey, Plato!
Oh.
And she stops waiting to see if she'll hear anything back.
I'm in the corpse pit.
The fuck? And then louder, you need to come see this now.
Yeah, Plato, he's gonna grab the bow. He's gonna look up to the edge of the pit, and then he
you give me a
turns
strength check as you try to pull the bow from underneath this massive pile of
I'm
bodies.
so weak and babyish, but I will.
Well, maybe you're not best suited for the task of pulling a magic bow from underneath a big pile of bodies.
You know how many times I've had to hear that, Rob? I just don't want it from you, too, you know? This is supposed to be an escape. It's a 10 at 11 minus 1.
You get your hand tightly around the bow, and you kind of wiggle it free as just an avalanche of dead men behind you kind of collapse on top of you.
Oh.
You're going to take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you kind of have to dig your way out of these fresh, dried out corpses. Bow in hand.
Oh, the smell. Well, after that unpleasantness, Plato stands up and sort of flaps his arms a little bit and does a little dance, almost shakes his shoulders like a dog trying to get the scent off of him. And then he goes. He's looking up at the lip of the pit, but before he misty steps out, before he goes to climb out, he goes to the Waldo dummy, and he puts his hand up and touches the part of the face he can recognize and casts the cantrip acid splash. Just burns it away, melts it away.
Oh yeah, there's only really one where the face is visible enough to be recognizable, as the rest of these are just pelted with so many arrows that it's hard to make out the features. But the one that remains with full facial expressions melts away quickly, as this material again is very brittle.
Yeah, they had long hair, long sort of pinkish hair, like a goddamn anime character. And I imagine the scarring has gone off their face in such a way where it's scarred into their scalp. You know what I mean? The hair has sort of got that, like the Hound in Game of Thrones, that sort of undercut caused by scarring and scratching. And it burns it away so that he doesn't have to look at them. And then goes to climb out of the pit and go see what Inara has to show him.
Inara, as you see Plato approach, the room that you're in is still lit by one of these torches that it's on its final ember. You see Plato's nose is bleeding, kind of soaked through almost to the top of his lip as he approaches you all.
Well, she'll look him up and down, and seeing no other injury, clearly this wasn't an attack. So she is about to make some derogatory or snippy remark, but I think the closer he gets, the stronger the smell gets. Especially for her, sense of smell. And she actually recoils and she goes, "Oh no, 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 no. What did you do? What happened to you?"
It was not so much what I did as to where this wonderful new bow that you might like was, and that was under a bunch of corpses, and then therefore so too was then I. Some corpses landed
You
on
went
me.
swimming in bodies?
I went down into a corpse pit. That is, I should have known. It was hubris, truly. But I found this wonderful, as I mentioned, bow. Oh, and these, and he pulls out the potions so that Inara can take a look at them. He sort
Her
of like
eyes
looks.
flick to them with interest, but she's still horrified by the sense of smell.
For the love. Let me see.
Does your arm turn to like a shower head or something? Like, is that an option?
I mean, I think I might have already done my water creating thing today, as I often do it as a joke. So, unfortunately, we will have to dip me in the next source of water we find.
Oh, God.
You'll not have to ask twice.
Okay, look,
she'll
we get it.
reach
I
out.
smell.
It's just not like you. You're always fresh, like rain. And she'll hold her arm out as far as it goes for the potions, trying to maintain as much distance between the two of you as possible.
He stretches his water arm out like an extra couple of inches so that he can hand it right to you. It's gross
Thank
and
you.
weird to look at.
No, you recognize two of them right away. They are basic potions of healing. The third, you're not immediately sure. It would require a little bit of testing. If you want to take a minute or two, pull out your alchemy kit and use some reagents to test what it's reacting to and try and figure out what this is.
Yeah, she'll take them over to this table right here, and she'll pour a little bit of it into a different container and start experimenting with that, trying to not mess with the actual potion. Do you want me to roll for this?
Yeah, and what are you testing it against?
You asked me to like name reagents because I don't remember chemistry.
Like, is it flesh? Is it plant material?
No, she'll have some like ground up different plant extracts like dried up roots. What was that narcotic flower that we found?
The death flower?
That's flower. She's got like a little vial of powdered up petals that she's been testing everything against, just because she's never seen anything like it, and every time we come across something new, she will try just a little bit, with being very careful not to touch it, of course.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me. This will be a investigation check plus your proficiency bonus as you use your alchemist tools.
Okay. Investigation is a +3, and proficiency is another +3. Awesome. I got 17 on the die, so 23.
23? Yeah. As you pour this green effervescent portion of the potion that you poured out over the cuttings, as well as the death flower separately, the death flower does not have a reaction for a second or two, and then it starts to sizzle like bacon on a frying pan.
Oh, okay. But neither material burns off?
No, it does not. But in the other tray with the cuttings and the clippings, you watch as the material kind of grows more firm. Like the stems kind of lengthen a bit and the tubes of them grow a bit. As you watch the leaf grow many veins and kind of stick up. As you see this plant get stronger, you believe this to be a potion of strength, but you're not sure how potent exactly. But this is a positive potion with no negative effects that makes somebody stronger. That's what you get for a 23.
Awesome. I wonder if I can convince Sherrilyn to drink this. I wonder if Plato will let me convince Sherrilyn to drink this. She starts to say to herself.
I love that Plato. You called Plato back to show him something. He showed you that he brought potions, and then you grabs them out of his arms and went and started.
Forgot what she called you for.
Reagents, and he's just standing there like.
I also love the fact that you're not interrupting her process because I'm assuming, given up on gaining her attention in moments like this.
Standing there baffled. Is it you sort of see him moving behind her like, what was that? And then after a second he just sort of turns to Sherrilyn and is like, was there something that you all found back here?
If you have finished offending my lady's sensibilities, she looks at the third blueprint.
Right. We hadn't gotten to see yet.
You flip it over. So Plato, you recognize there's 3 detailed blueprints on this table here as Sherrilyn's moving to look at the third one. You recognize the first one as the Mage Tower. You just kind of scan over all 3. Before the third one's flipped upside down, you know exactly what it is. It is incredibly detailed to the letter. Maybe the most detailed you've seen, at least of recent updates, of the Cathedral Gate.
Bad. Bad in incredible ways. Bad in a new, incredible ways. The Kingfishers are responsible, through Rory, for the thefts that took place. They plan to, it seems, make another intrusion at the Mage Tower at least, and probably, it seems, the Cathedral Gate.
How far is the Cathedral Gate from Netter's Rally?
Quite a ways, north and east, up towards the center of my country, almost the very heart.
Is it close to Breg?
No, Breg is in the southeast of my country. They form a triangle, let's say, with the Cathedral Gate as the top point. And then above that, higher, is Squallhopped. And then above that, your country, if the image is correct.
Well, for what reason would they infiltrate these places?
Well, the Mage Tower, I do not know. Vartun and Aoife are not members of noble houses, and they have never held much covenant with them. Even Vartun kept somewhat distant from me when we knew each other in the coup. The Cathedral Gate, though, that is home to, well, at the very least, my own mother, Ranel Ardavian, who is a member of the highest royal bloodline, and besides her, worse, my uncle, the deposed king, Acradis, resides there. Both targets of assassination. One of the many things the Kingfishers thought was a great misjustice, a great miscarriage of justice, was that we allowed Acradis to live. To infiltrate the Cathedral Gate, the heart of our country, its most guarded safehold, and kill within it the deposed king for whom we gave justice they believe because he was a member of our family. That would be quite the feat for any Kingfisher. But it's not worth writing out your Hierophant completely, for if someone wanted Arcradis freed or to contact him, it would not be hard to inflame the passions of a group and then provide them with financing. It is a common tactic among those who practice subterfuge. So both could be true.
He is charismatic, if nothing else. But
well, I don't know that they would take direct orders from him, but if someone who had money or power could try and give them information, knowing that they would misdirect their anger or direct it towards groups that were shared enemies, it seems a likely tactic.
I believe I remember, whilst we were in the Mage Tower, that owl creature mentioning
just
artifacts
a man, just
that
an
were
owl
stolen.
Man.
The owl man mentioning the stealing of artifacts. Then it stands to reason that we could assume that the Kingfishers, given these blueprints, have stolen these artifacts and are planning to infiltrate these other 2 places. For a reason we are not completely sure, could be assassination. But what would they need the artifacts for?
That is the next thing I must discover. Are there any of the dried out, desiccated corpses in here?
No. In the captain's room? In this like nice quarter that has the... there's no other doors that you really see within this space. Everything's kind of open, but there is a cloth on a railing here that's been installed to close it off. But there are no corpses within.
I was about to mention, there was also this notebook.
Well, that is not a surprise. I thought someone might be following us. I was hoping to see if maybe Jackson could get a glimpse of them.
Well, it seems like they had been following us even today.
I assume they will follow me the entire time I am here, but they have not come up behind us yet, though they may be expecting us.
Likely, they at least know that we're already in here.
They know we've come to the Wayfens. Well, I would like to figure out what it is they want. Perhaps we can reach an agreement. All of this. He looks around at all the skulking and the secretness and stuff like that, and he knows this was so his sort of tactic, but it's just not gonna work. You can't build a nation like this. And he doesn't finish his sentence. Well, my first tactic is always to avoid confrontation. But if they are following me and want to have a discussion, maybe it is time we do that. Or maybe they all got dried out by a misuse of the cask of need or whatever has caused the strange drying. And we won't have to deal with it.
Inara walks back in as you say this. You mean you haven't figured it out yet? And as she's saying this, she will hold out one of the 2 healing potions to Sherrilyn.
Much appreciated.
And then we'll take the other. Does Sherrilyn drink it right away?
Well, I don't think we've actually concluded our rest yet, so I'm going to wait until after I've rested and see how I feel then.
Oh, I wasn't sure we were still going to be able to rest considering all these discoveries. Then she'll look at you and she'll give you the sweetest smile she's ever given, and then hold out the other potion and go, drink this one too.
She's double fisting potions of healing. Well,
oh no,
you
the
may
second
not.
one is not a healing potion. The second one looks different.
Oh,
we don't know how long that one lasts, whatever it does.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying drink it now, but well, maybe now. I don't know. And she looks to Plato and she goes, here's the thing. I've concluded that it does make things... She pauses for a moment and goes, hardier somehow.
While the 2 of you are pondering the ethics of asking me to drink this potion and how to save a nation, I am very capable and would like to rest.
Yeah, do you lay down on this queen bed?
Absolutely, I do.
The sheets are unbelievably soft. Maybe the softest sheets besides in Medea that you've experienced. I don't know how nice the sheets are in Medea necessarily, but these are exquisitely made, and the bed is so comfortable. It is filled with down and reinforced, and the pillows themselves kind of melt as your head goes back. The finest money can buy in terms of bedding.
She lays backwards on it in a starfish position, and once she realizes just how comfortable it is and the wariness in her body sets in, she's going to fully scoot on and curl herself up. She's asleep instantly.
Wow, that was fast. And Inara will sit on the other side of the bed. Plato already left, right?
I mean, I can. Do you want... I can... He's sitting there.
Oh, no. I was just wondering, are you in the room? Are you back at the exploring?
Oh, well, I can go get... If you're going to rest, I can get parts of the Perian bone cruncher that we left over there. That's the next thing I was going to do. Maybe find some water or some soap.
That would be helpful, but have you found any clues as to what caused the dryness?
No. I found this bow. I should look at that. That's what I'll do. Oh, I'll go wander towards the bone breaker and look at the bow then. You all enjoy your rest.
Okay then.
He looks away pointedly and waves over his shoulder at Inara.
Prude. And she'll lie down, and I think as soon as her head hits the pillow, she realizes what kind of bed this is. She wasn't expecting something like this in a disgusting underground hideout of terrorists. Yeah, and she'll drift right off.
Whoever usually sleeps in this bed seems to sleep mostly in the center, as you guys kind of end up inevitably back to back here. Plato, as the rest of your party is getting a quick nap in, you guys may apply your short rest. Plato, what are you up to during this time? You said studying the bow?
Yes, in the hour provided to me, I endeavor to look over the bow, see if I can get a few samples of the wet Perian bone breaker, and take a look to see if there are any other exits, or if I can find the artifacts.
There's a gate to the south here.
Gotcha, so there is a way out. Cool. So yeah, I will endeavor to get a couple samples to look over the bow. And once I've discovered that gate, I maybe poke at some of the desiccated bodies to try and get any idea of what happened here.
Yeah, absolutely. You do so. Give me a sleight of hand check to
Uh,
take off some. Are you looking? Are you getting the crystals off? What type? What part of the crab are you getting?
yeah, so Inara said the stranger the better, so I want maybe one of its compound eyes and some of its chitin, and then a general goo sample. And I think that will cover kind of what she is interested in.
What's
Yes,
your
I will
passive
do
perception?
my passive perception. It's 10, it's
Yeah.
quite bad. And I will do a sleight of hand. Oh, a 6 plus 1, 7.
Yeah. You tear off a piece of this crab, and it just like completely ruins the chitin there, as
Whoops.
it seemed much more fragile than you were expecting. And you see there's barely any insides to this creature as it kind of falls apart. It was very much something within a shell. As you look at this, not the natural elements, the stone, the kind of wood parts, the different scaffolds that it's built among its back. The very core of this thing is very gooey and mollusk like. As you kind of fuck up the side of it, and it kind of begins spilling out a bit, unable to get a real solid sample, but you can definitely collect some of the goo that
Oh,
remains.
gross. Looks like we're doing mostly goo sample.
I rolled terrible. You hear, coming from the south, I rolled a 2 here versus your passive perception of 10, the sound of someone whistling very, very loudly. Hey, this is Rob the GM. Thank you so much for listening this week, and we'll see you in a couple more weeks. And spoiler, we might have everybody back real soon. Thank you again for listening, and thank you so much, Dustin Goddard, for the theme music, and of course, Julia Filkart for the amazing cover art, which we endlessly appreciate. You can find more of her art in her Instagram in our show notes. Thank you again for listening, and we hope to have your ears again soon. Have a great rest of your day.